you so much for joining the third training, the extra bonus training about master your sales and presenting your service that naturally converts. This is Ying. Thank you so much, Jade, for we're doing the live training again together.
Yes. Hi.
Yeah. So when we're doing this training, I just wanted, before we actually officially started training, I'd like to introduce about a West School education. So our purpose and our mission is guide awakened entrepreneurs to serve the world with your God-given gifts and grow, scale your business with joy and the flow, and also rewarded by your true value. So if you are somebody, a coach, a healer, a program creator that are running a soul-aligned business online, and you feel that overwhelmed by all these social media strategies, informations without any results, then this training is definitely for you. Or maybe you would feel exhausted from under-recognized, undervalued, but it was over-delivering and draining yourself. In this training, you understand that really master your sales, you can really make a profitable business without selling your soul. So the end of the training, that if you feel that this is right for you, you wanted to know a bit more about our other trainings and a free training, paid training, please feel free to click the link below and to schedule a 15 to 20 minutes heart-to-heart chat. We'd love to explore more about how could we support you on this journey. So thank you so much for Jade joining with me. So Jade is a very spiritual entrepreneur, business activator, and a business strategist. And I learned so much from Jade just in the last few months, and so humbled and so grateful, honored to do the co-training with Jade together. So thank you so much, Jade. Do you want to today's training session, I'm so excited and looking forward to you to share more about the sales informations and from you.
Yes, thank you, Ying, and hi everyone. This is our third training on sales. As you can see, we are still passionate, we're still loving our sales, and this is actually some abstract from our very well-knowledge, full of wisdom, full of energy, elevation, our module in sales in our program. So an abstract and some snapshot. If you haven't listened to the previous two, go listen to it. And today, there are only 3 points I want to share. First one is you need to take control of your sales conversation. It's very important that you know how and what to do when you're asking questions to guide the conversation, right? So in a conversation, normally who asks the question is dominating the conversation. I'm not saying you need to become an aggressive bitch, but this is your sales conversation. Yes, you are holding the space for your clients, but you want to hold the space in a way that it's guiding them towards a solution. It's guiding them, not just telling them stories, not just building the common ground, but also eventually presenting yourself, your service to be able to solve their problem, right? You need to be responsible of your sales. So that way to do it is very simple. It's about how do you structure your sales conversation with questions. Otherwise, what normally happens is you probably have heard of this before or experienced this before. You hold a space and you're like, tell me what's happening with you. And then they started to talk about their life, and they could go on and on and on about everything so painful in their life, their kids, their husband, what's happening with their employee, which is not bad. You are triggering them to connect to their pain, but is that serving the purpose of your sales conversation? So that's why you need to ask questions to guide the conversation through. And it's not just the pain. You want them to see where they want to go in the future as well. And you want them to see that you can be a solution to whatever is holding them back. So that's my first point. Take control of your conversation, knowing how to ask the right question. And this is what we will decode in our core module to give you a bit more guidance. We actually have question votes that you can go back to. They are very authentic, genuine questions that's easy to use in a conversation. It's warm and it's really, putting a focus on the client, but it's also helping you to keep the conversation flowing. And my second point is you should be presenting yourself and your service as a bridge between where the client, their problem is, and where they want to go to. So your service should be presented in that way. And what that means is all those previous questions should lead to this point that you can guide them to the realization that your service will be a solution, will be the solution, or the only way they can get out of whatever hell they're in at the moment. And that's the very natural transition into presenting your service as the solution. That's why, again, in our program, we have an 8-step to present your masterpiece. Very easy to follow 8 steps, and then you can come up with your own language in your own natural way that works for you to easily transition into presenting your solution. So you're not jumping on the call and then before you getting to know what's happening with them and then straight away just bluffing about everything about your business. It should be about that natural transition into how to present. That's one of the key things, as we mentioned from last training. You need to know the questions to ask. You need to know how to invoke their feelings. You need to know how to naturally present, which is going back to the topic of today's training, presenting your service that naturally converts, right? So that's my point number 2. And thirdly, it's the importance of knowing how to close a deal. Now, me personally have suffered from this many times at the early stage of my coaching business. The sales conversation went really well. We were so connected. And then when it comes to the end, I was so soft. Would you like to consider that? How about I send it to you later? Or would you want to come back to me when you have thought about it? No. People like to be given orders or directions. You may not agree with me, but we are trained in this way from school. Like teacher tell you to stand up and then you stand up. And then when you go to a road, it says turn left, you turn left. It's subconscious. We're trained in that way. People need to be told. You need to tell them. If you're not offering your service, asking for payment at the end of the sales call, you are deservicing your clients, you're deservicing yourself. And not to mention, you're not having the income, you're wasting all the time and effort of your own hard work and also your clients' time and money and energy as well. Some people just they are jumping on the call in the hope of you can help them. So do that, do offer your hope. And money is just really an energy exchange. So when you offer your when you offer your help, it should be very natural that you just offer that service and money just the side effect, if that makes sense to you. So do close the deal properly. Again, we have 3 steps on how do you close the deal, together with 5 priority strategies in our program. So I can share a little bit of secret of one of them. It's giving them a sense of urgency, but it has to be done in a natural way, not in a threatening, not in a fear-based way. So again, those are the things we will have to go through to help you crafting your natural sales conversation that flows for you, that you feel comfortable. And every step, it's just so easy to connect to naturally progress to. So at this point, that's my 3 points for today, but I want you to walk away with something. So I have 2 questions for you to answer. And please, if you have any thoughts, comment below or ask us or let us know. First is, can you reflect on if a client ever rejected you in a sales, can you reflect on why did they do that? What is the reason? Or can you ask them, what is the reason they're not willing to sign up? Do answer that question. Sometimes if they really give you a solid reason, like this week, me and Ying, we had several clients. Some of them were just saying they have to come back in a few weeks. Some are saying because of the certain circumstances, could be finance or other thing. And they are being real, like it's real reason. We are going to go back and contact them within 4 or 5 weeks when everything gets better. So if they give you a real reason, you can either really follow what they really needed, or if there is a deeper rejection, you can resolve that by using your case studies or whatever that worked for you in your life. That's question number 1. And question number 2 is, what is the most effective way for people to sell to you? So when you were being sold, remember last week we went through this exercise of you remembering what's the experience like of one of the most pleasant sale. And now think about it. What's the most effective way that people sell to you? And what can you do about your own sales process in that perspective? All right, that's everything from me today, but stay tuned. We're having Ying coming on. So again, a little bit introduction if you don't know me and Ying. So Ying is the founder and head business coach of our Y Square Education. She is she has a psychologist and psychiatrist background, but also been doing healing work and running her own business for the past 5 years. She's run so many offline events and helped so many people professionally as well. And here we are now running this business, helping people who want to start your online business to service the people with your talent and has a meaningful purpose as well. So I hand it to Yin to share her wisdom about sales.
Thank you so much, Jade. Yeah, I feel like, we have done 3 trainings. If you're listening, this is the 3rd, the extra training for sales. Certainly, there's so many things that involved. My background is psychology, so we teach about communication, understand the client's buying behavior. Was one thing come to us to one of many our clients is about, they have this feeling of shame and guilt and a feeling not worth about receiving abundance, not worth about money. It is energetically they kind of resisting that thing. Even doesn't matter how many language skills, techniques and NLP, how much you learn, if you still have that shame and guilt about receiving, none of the skills techniques gonna work for you. So very interesting or very important part is in our programs energetically we help our clients how to overcome their shame and guilt, and they be able to energetically shift and be able to receive. That's one of the most important thing in sales. That's one thing I wanted to address on that. It's not just about your knowledge and skills, it's also energy that when you're really presenting your service to your potential clients or your customers. And we help our clients really to energetically shift from that shame and guilt to power position and to transform, their energetically to be able to shine, to be able to serve other people, to be able to receiving abundance. That's the first point I would like to make. The second point is we call the permission-based presentation of your service. So really understand your client's stage of communication, because if they not understand why do they need a service, you start presenting the features, the price, the selling process, you actually really squeeze in your content, squeeze out your clients. You actually, really delaying or break the bridge with your clients when you're actually giving a presentation about your service or your business without asking for permission or without feeling like the client is ready to hear your service. So really need to understand if the client is fully committed to have the needs for this service, then you move on to the second steps to presenting, the features, the content about the service when the client is ready to hear, when the client is ready to receiving. That's the second point I wanted to talk about, is understanding the selling process. You don't want to make it too long, but you don't want to make it too short for your clients not ready to hear your pitch. The third point is I see many times happen over again to our clients is when clients ask you how much, you always give them a price. Then the client says, oh, I don't have money, this is too expensive, and they always walk away. So in our advanced, programs, Awaken Entrepreneur, we actually help you to training the strategies and the techniques. How do you handle when clients ask you for how much is your programs? And it was very interesting. I had a contact with one of the potential clients last week, and I was say out of my curiosity, I just wondering how much is your programs. And with that answer and a question, I just know exactly how many clients he would be able to close by giving me an answer like that. So it's really important that you need to understand the selling process, the strategy, the techniques, the knowledge, and the behaviors when you're really closing a sales and be able to serve people authentically. So these are the 3 points I wanted to make here. One is we will help you that to shift your selling skills energetically, shedding all the shame and the guilt, really changing the energy of receiving. Second is understand, the selling process. What is the process of giving clients that feeling of nurturing and pleasure, celebration, exciting, that to be around the journey with you. And the second thing, we give you the techniques and the strategies and help you to handle all the rejections, handle all the common rejections, changing your vocabularies, you're actually shifting your energies and improve your sales around 30 to 50%. So that's are the 3 points I want to share here. Thank you, Jade.
Thank you. So yes, again, like we always shared above, if you do want to know more about sales, very simple. You can come and experience our sales process, and there's no obligation. The way to do it is book that 15-minute heart-to-heart call. The link is down below. And don't forget, as we were sharing, we're actually sharing our precious gift. It's a business transformational online course that we put together. There's many things inside. It's valued at $1,088 and it's only limited for a limited time. So the link is down below as well. Go and register that. Otherwise, I hope you got something out of this. If you like it, share it across to other people, and we will see you in the next video, next training, next Thursday. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.